I'm Adriana Lee for TH 105, Section 61. I will be performing 8, a play about the fight for marriage equality, featuring an all-star cast including George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Martin Sheen, Jamie Lee Curtis, and many more. 8 is written by Dustin Lance Black, an Academy Award-winning screenwriter, and it was directed by Rob Reiner. On Election Day 2008, Californians voted in favor of Proposition 8, thus rewriting the California state constitution to add a ban on marriage for gay and lesbian citizens who were enjoying the right. Chief Judge Vaughn Walker, a Republican appointee, agreed with Mr. Boies and Mr. Olson that the case should be broadcasted, but the defendants, the opponents of gay marriage, turned to Charles Cooper. Charles Cooper. Good morning, Mr. Chief Judge. Charles Cooper for the defendant interviewees. Mr. Cooper filed an appeal with the U.S. Supreme Court, which was successful, and the Supreme Court blocked plans to broadcast the trial, and thus the nation was denied access to the testimony of plaintiffs, Jeff Cirillo, Paul Katami, Sandy Steyer, and Chris Perry. But the transcripts of these files could not be hidden, and on June 16, 2010, the closing arguments of this historic case commenced. These are the words, the witnesses, the testimony, and the trial the defenders of Proposition 8 have fought so hard to keep from public view. Walker. Obviously, the hiatus that we've had is not anything that I would have hoped for, but it may be appropriate that the case is coming to a closing argument now. June is, after all, the month for weddings, so I would simply propose that we get right to business. Mr. Olson, are you leading off for the plaintiff? Olson. I am, Your Honor. May it please the court. We conclude this trial, Your Honor, where it began. The case is about marriage and equality. The fundamental constitutional right to marry has been taken away from the plaintiffs and tens of thousands of similarly situated Californians. This state has rewritten its constitution in order to place them into a special disfavored category where their most intimate personal relationships are not valid, not recognized, and second-rate. I'm going to, with your permission, Your Honor, play some excerpts from the testimony of the plaintiffs. Olson. Would you tell us briefly about your background? Chris. I was born in Illinois, but my parents moved here with me when I was 2 years old. Sandy. Well, I grew up on a farm in southern Iowa, going to public schools. Chris. I am the executive director of a statewide agency that provides services and support to families with children. 0 to 5. Olson. Now, today you are in a committed relationship to another gay man, correct? Paul. I have found someone that I know I can dedicate the rest of my life to, and when you find someone who is not only your best friend but your best advocate and supporter in life, it's a natural step for me to want to marry that person. Jeffrey. March will be 9 years. Chris. Sandy and I live together in Berkeley with our 4 children. Sandy. We each bring 2 biological children to our family and each other. Our 2 younger sons are in high school. Chris. I remember the first time I met Sandy, thinking she was maybe the sparkliest person I ever met. And our friendship became deeper and deeper over time. And then after a few years, I began to feel that I might be falling in love with her. Olson. And how did she feel about you? Chris. Well, she told me that she loved me too. Olson. We will be asking her to verify that. Chris. Okay. Jeffrey. It's always an awkward situation at the front desk at a hotel. The individual at the desk will look at us perplexed. You ordered a king-size bed? Is that really what you want? It was certainly an awkward situation, walking into the bank and asking me and my partner want to open a joint bank account, and hearing, a business account? Paul. An LLC or an S corporation? No, not my business partner, my partner. Being able to call my husband is so definitive. It's something that everyone understands. Chris. I'm a 45-year-old woman, and I have been in love with a woman for 10 years, and I don't have a word to tell anybody that. Jeffrey. The word marriage has a meaning. If it wasn't so important, we wouldn't be here today. Chris. It symbolizes maybe the most important decision you make as an adult, who you choose. Paul.
Unless you have to go through the constant validation of self, there's no way to describe how it feels. I love Jeff more than myself, and being excluded in that way is so incredibly harmful to me. I can't speak as an expert, but I can speak as a human being that's lived it. Thank you.